sure to check out Ageless Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Black Panther. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So we do of course get the basic style box when it comes to the regular releases for the Mezco 112 line. So on the front of the slipcover here, on the top says Black Panther, on the center says Marvel Black Panther, looking pretty cool. On the bottom says 112 Collective and Marvel. And then on the bottom of the actual box here, we do get the warning and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. Then here is the top of the box, and then the side of the slipcover, same thing on the other side as well. And then the back of it does display some of the promo images, and then it does also show all of the accessories included with Black Panther here, or the King of Wakanda. And then you can remove the slipcover, then you have the window there displaying the figure and the accessories, and then the sides of the actual box is 112 Collective. Then on the back we do get the Mezco Toyz logo, which I recently found out his name is Gomez. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at the true King of Wakanda. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Mezco did a fantastic job with this Black Panther, and the cloth clothing matches really well with the plastic pieces. I did have one major issue, which I'm really disappointed with. I had the same exact issue with their Catwoman, and it's the right wrist joint. It broke off. As you can see, I have sticky tack on there, but the reason why it broke off is because where the joint connects into the hand, it was not swiveling like how this one swivels. See how I'm swiveling that joint around? Now, I did have that same issue, as I mentioned, with the Catwoman, and it ended up breaking on me. Now, this time, I tried to heat up the joint and pop it out of place so it would swivel, and it just ended up breaking on me. And it's like, come on, man, that stuff should not be happening with these figures. They're $80 figures, or at least give us replacement wrist joints or something. I just wish figure companies would just give us replacement wrist joints and make it mandatory, because wrist joints do tend to break easily. But I did try to fix it, and it didn't work out as planned, so hopefully it will get replaced. They did replace my Catwoman when that happened, so I'm pretty sure they'll do it with my Black Panther, and it always seems to happen with cat-like characters. Now, the head sculpt here, I think, turned out dope. Beautiful sculpt and paint all throughout it. I love the sculpted texture and all the little spots that you see, mainly around like the neck piece and some spots on the mask. The paint, nice and clean all throughout it, where you see the silver. And I do like that silver paint as well. There's the back. One thing I don't like what they did is the neck piece here. They made it like a Batman cowl. Me and Lola Studios were talking about that as I mentioned it in my unboxing video, and I don't like that they did that, because now these pieces move up with it when you articulate it, so I don't know why they did that. I'm not a fan of it. Some people probably don't mind it, but I don't like it, because it does hinder the lower neck movement even more. So I don't know, maybe next time they make a Black Panther they could do something differently. The cloth clothing looks great. I love the way the cloth clothing looks with the added lines that they put all throughout it. Very, very cool looking. And all the lines seem to be parallel and nice and straight and everything, as you can see. You can see the stitching on the back, which looks ugly, but I mean, you're going to have stitching on the figure, so you can't really complain about that stuff. Then we do get the two pieces around the waist that look pretty cool. The arms look pretty nice. Then we do get the gauntlets, which look dope. Very clean paintwork all throughout the plastic pieces, as I mentioned on the head sculpt there. And then the pants here turned out fine, and it does articulate pretty well with the figure. I haven't really gotten any pieces like caught in the joints or anything like that, so that's definitely good too. And then the boots here look pretty good also. Very nice paint on the silver, and we get that nice like sculpted texture all throughout the boots and on the arm pieces as well. And then the feet, I like the way they did the claws. I like the way they did this much better than Tamashii Nations did theirs on their Infinity War Black Panther. And then on the bottom, we do get some nice sculpt work and some peg holes as well. But overall, I think Mezco did a very nice job with the detail. The cloth clothing turned out really nice, and all these sculpted pieces and painted pieces also turned out very well also. Just sucks that I had that wrist joint break on me, but anyway, let's continue on. And really quickly, here is a side-by-side comparison of the Mezco on the left and the Infinity War SH Figure Arts Black Panther on the right. And for me, I like the Figure Arts one a lot more. I think Mafex might actually be the best one once that releases towards the end of the year. But some people are going to like the Mezco one more. Some people are going to like the Figure Arts one more. It just depends what you prefer more in a figure. You know what I mean? They're both great figures, so I feel like it's a win-win situation, depending on which one you'd rather have in your collection. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get some pretty cool stuff included with Black Panther. So what we do get a Mezco bag, which we get with all their figures. In case you are someone who likes to store your accessories in there, then we do get the Mezco stand here. So we do have the base that says Marvel Black Panther with the peg. If you are someone who wants to peg your figure on the base, or you can make the stand, you just unpeg it on the bottom with the bottom of the stand, then just peg the stand in. So we have the leg and the clamp there, and these are some of the most durable stands from any figure company, so we do get that stuff. And then we do get 2 interchangeable heads. And starting on the left, we do of course get the masked Black Panther head sculpt, which turned out great, and we already did take a look at that. And then on the right, we do get the unmasked T'Challa head sculpt, and it does look really good. The sculpt and the paint, I think, turned out really nice. It's not perfect and doesn't look exactly like Chadwick Boseman, but it's definitely close, and you could see the likeness of the actor in the face sculpt. But like I said, it's not perfect, but definitely good enough, and it's very easy to swap the heads. I'll show you how to do that right now quickly. And swapping the heads for Black Panther is basic when it comes to the Mezco 112 line, so all you do is just pull up to get it off the joint, take the unmasked head, and then just pop that on, push down, and it will pop right on there. And then there you go, as simple as that. And it looks pretty cool once you have the unmasked head on there also. So we do get the 2 interchangeable heads. And then we also get the Wakanda ceremonial shield and spear. And these are some pretty cool accessories. I know people are complaining because, I mean, it is odd that we are getting them with the suited Black Panther. We should get it when they're in that like ceremonial like fight for who's going to be king, where he's not wearing his suit and they take away his powers. But you know what? More accessories is definitely always awesome. And the spear looks great. I love the silver paint for the blade right there, and then the handle of it looks pretty cool too. We have this piece, which is a soft rubbery type plastic, and he grips onto it perfectly. So we do get that. Then we do get the Wakanda shield here. As you can see, it's being held on by the pole. We have the straps on the back, and then the actual shield right there. And the shield looks great, very nice, like sculpted texture to it. Nice paintwork as well. And then the other side, we do get the straps. You could even see like the stitching on it, which is really cool. You would loop his arm in there and then have him grip onto it over here, and I'll show you how to do that right now. And the way you get him to grip onto the spear and the shield, what I do is, well, you don't have to do it with the spear, but you just slide it right in between the fingers there. Make sure you don't rip that piece hanging off right there. I gotta stick that onto the sticky tack, so you do that with the spear. And I mainly did this to show you with the shield here. So you can use the regular open hand to just have him hold that handle right there, but if you want to use the gripping hand, what I do is I slide the thumb in there first, and then I wrap like the fingers around it. So I find it easier to put the hand on first, then slide it through the arm, and then just peg the hand on the joint. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Jesus, that was a pain in the arse to do. His broken hand fell off too. And as you see, you have it all connected right there. If you want to make your life easier, just use the regular open hand and just slide it in between the loop on the handle right there. But once you have everything on, it does look pretty cool. And yeah, I know he didn't use the shield and spear when he had his Black Panther suit, but it's definitely some cool added accessories with the figure, instead of just giving us the interchangeable hands and faces. So we do get that stuff. And then we finally get 8 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. And then we do get a pair of open hands with the claws out. That is definitely a big plus. And we do get a pair of gripping hands, and the thumb is not molded together to the rest of the fingers, so you can pry open the fingers and have them grip onto the shield and spear easily. And then we do get a pair of like finger clenching Black Panther claw out type hands, and these are definitely my favorite type of hands to include with a Black Panther figure, and they're all very simple to swap out, and we get some great sculpt and paint detail throughout all 8 of them. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Black Panther. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of the King of Wakanda, to the very top of his head or to his ears, it looks like he's a little bit over 6 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the ESH Figure Arts Mark 7 Iron Man and the Infinity War Black Panther and the Mezco 112 PX Doctor Strange and Old Man Logan. And these two are actually the same exact height, so either one can work in either line. And then here he is compared to the ESH Figure Arts Infinity War Thor, the Mafex comic version Spider-Man, the Mezco 112 Popeye, and the DX Joker. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke, the SH Figure Arts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and we do pretty much get the basic movement. They did either update the ankles or they made the ankle joints much better with this Black Panther, which I'm very happy with. So we do have two joints at the neck here. The upper neck joint, you could get T'Challa to look up a decent amount. Looks down a tiny bit with the upper neck. Then you do get very nice pivot there. And then of course it does swivel. And then the lower neck here moves forward and back pretty well, so with both joints he looks down that much, and then both joints looks up that much. You do get pivot there. See what I mean? I don't like how it moves, like the necklace piece moves with that. It's just really weird. And then you do get swivel there as well, so you do get some pretty good articulation at both the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso, under the chest right there, and you can only get Black Panther to crunch forward about that much with that joint. Goes back a pretty good amount. You do get decent pivot there, and then it does swivel as well. The waist here goes forward and back, maybe a little bit better than the torso. So combining both joints, he crunches forward about that much, and both joints going back, he goes back pretty well. And then really no pivot at the waist, but you do get some swivel also. And then the arms here at the shoulders, we do have a little bit of a butterfly joint, which doesn't really move too much. And you can move it a little in a circular motion, as you can see right there. And the arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely awesome. They do go up and down. Don't force it too much. You don't want to ruin the clothing. We do get the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in a little more than 90 degrees. Then it does not swivel at the gauntlet, but we do get the ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, you can get T'Challa to kick forward about 90 degrees, which is definitely good. Doesn't really go to the back at all. And let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it. And the clothing, let's see if it's restricting it. It's really not. He can't kick out 90 degrees, but just shy of it. So decent outward leg movement. Then we do get the hip swivel there. We do have double jointed knees that bend back all the way, so that is awesome. And then I can't get it to swivel at the boot, but you do get the swivel at the ankle. Hinges up pretty well at the ankle, same with hinging down, and then you get some really nice ankle pivot with this Black Panther. This is probably some of the best ankle pivot I've seen on a Mezco figure. So overall, the articulation, like I said, is basic, but the ankle movement definitely is much better than other Mezco 112 figures that I have owned, and you're going to be able to get them in some decent Black Panther-like poses. And I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Black Panther. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 8, even though I did have the break. If you would like to know the price more to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can head over to Agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find it on there, I would recommend going through their Instagram or their Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. top says Black Panther, on the center says Marvel Black Panther. Planther? What? And Mezco did a fantastic... The Wakanda ceremonial saying shield and spear at the same time. And then what you get him to ship onto the grip... what? To the grip?